Okay, looks like we are live. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Sick. All right, just posted everything. We should get a few people joining now. I'd say let's give maybe 1-2 minutes for people to join in, and
Hmm.
then we
Yeah.
will be kicking things off. How are you
Awesome.
feeling? Not too tired?
I'm good. Yeah, we're live. They can. It's everyone can hear you, so we're good.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
That's good. That's good.
But I'm pumped. I'm pumped. It's gonna be a good live.
I I think people are very excited to be able to join here. We've got 75 people right now
Hmm.
in the audience. By the way, if you guys have any questions during the broadcast, feel free to post them in the chat box on the right. We'll try to go through a couple of them. If you have more questions and you'd like to address, Frank, the team, work group, just make sure that you join our Discord, as we'll be having a form later today, because we'll have also an AMA on Discord this Friday, where people can ask, more questions in depth and kind of have more of a discussion directly with us. And for those who are already on the Discord and watching this at the same time, you can also post your questions in Discord directly. We'll be going through them simultaneously.
All right, guys. We're gonna give it a minute, and we're gonna get started soon.
Okay, I think we can kick things off. I see there's 153 viewers right now in the audience. People will keep on joining. Anyway, this is recorded, I assume, right? So we
Yes,
can share
it's
that
all
later on.
recorded. Yep.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining. As you know, we are hosting this broadcast today to follow up with the launch that we had yesterday. Would like already to thank everyone that's participated, that's been following us through the journey and has been pushing the WorkLoop project together with us. Super excited today to give the opportunity to Frank to introduce himself to the broader audience. So yeah, Frank, go ahead and take it on.
Yes, I just wanted to again just give everyone like a personal thank you. The launch went really well. We had a lot of excited people joining the project. A lot of people asking us about the technology, and we're really excited. We do have a wait list because we want to make sure that the people that are going to join the actual product itself are able to have an impact. Right? We want to make sure that you can be up and running very quickly. We get exactly what you need for your workflows, and so that's where that comes in. We're going to be onboarding people again over time. Please join the wait list. Fill out the form. It helps us kind of figure out like who is interested in the project and for kind of like what reasons. So that way we can kind of like choose people to onboard. And my calendar is booked up with a bunch of people next week that we're going to start onboarding and get people to use the tech. So again, thank you so much. The website is updated to have a wait list, but we will be onboarding folks. But I think kind of besides that, I just wanted to let everybody know that just like who I am, right? It's like Hi, here I am. I've spoken to some people individually, but I just wanted to kind of broadcast, um, just give you a little bit of my background, right? So I have been a mobile app developer for over 10 years, and I've worked in very large, very large projects. Again, some people know about like my mobile app streaming projects. Again, if you know, I'm not going to directly name the actual companies, but because I no longer work there, but um, I've worked on like massive amount of technology, and I'm just really excited about where AI is right now, and I see what the excitement of the iPhone and everything that was related to it. The iPhone was the perfect platform to build apps on top of. And I think we're right there when it comes to the AI space. I think now there's the infrastructure, the baseline is set up, and there's people that are creating businesses underneath that. And then on top of that is the application space, meaning um, AI is having its iPhone moment, meaning people are able to build apps on top of AI that I think, will make the way that people work a lot different than before. Again, I don't subscribe to any of like the gloom and doom kind of stuff, and taking your jobs and stuff. However, it will change how you get work done. So the idea is, if you know how to leverage AI to get your work done, I think you're going to be in a much better position than people that don't, right? So the technology is evolving really fast, and our my whole goal is to make it easy for people to use, right? So I've built these amazing apps on iPhones, and now I want to bring it to the everyday person. We want people to use the technology to be more productive, so you can get back to what the stuff that you actually need to do. um, I remember when I've worked at companies, most of my days, I would say 30% of it was just on administrative tasks and stuff that, to be honest, wasn't super useful, but it had to get done, right? So checking emails, checking Slack messages, all that stuff. If I can help automate some of those things so that you can actually get to, the real core of the type of work that you do, that I think that's where we win. And I think a lot of this is like a very big opportunity. Many companies use this, small businesses can use this, and I think a lot of people are looking to the basically our community to teach them how can they use AI in their business, because it's extremely powerful. And what we're trying to do is help everyone understand how to use it, so that way you can actually talk to other people either within companies, or if you have a small business, and give us feedback on the things that will help you out. So we're extremely excited about it. Again, I have a very large vision for it. We just launched, and there's going to be a ton of updates. Just letting you guys know. A lot of folks have reached out. We have large companies that have reached out as well, small business owners, that sort of thing. So we're going to get to you for sure. But again, join us on Discord as well, so that you can get more updates on that side. I will also be streaming on LinkedIn as well, for folks that are in bigger companies, and they want to kind of figure out how to use AI more effectively. And so I think I just want to just convey that there's a very large vision. We're going up against like the biggest companies in the world. We're going up against giants, but I think the technology and kind of like the way that we are approaching the subject of AI, I think it's going to be very powerful. And I think we have something that's gonna actually compete in the marketplace, and actually be a large growing business. And so again, I want to thank everyone. Thank you for your patience. I know there's getting a ton of messages all over the place, and we will get to it. But this live stream is just an intro. Just it says me, your AI coworker, and that really is what it is. It's not someone that's going to compete against you. It's making you grow new skills, so that you're good at your job. So that way, it's if people are looking to not to downsize, you don't get caught up in that. Or even if you do, guess what? You have a new skill, so you can take that to the next place, or have your own business, right? So we're very pro small business. Everything else, we want people to be empowered by AI. I don't believe this whole gloom and doom like it's going to replace everybody. It just won't. And you know how I know that? Because I'm at the cutting edge of it, and I know that there's still stuff it can't do. And even when it does do it, it won't do it like exactly how we want it to. So we're going to leverage the AI to help us get our work done. Again, like very excited about the progress, and wanted to just also go over a little bit of some really interesting news, right? So, uh, I just want to drop some alpha here. So, we have joined NVIDIA's Inception program. So that means that we're plugged in directly to the most powerful ecosystem in AI. Period, right? And they offer a lot of resources specifically for WorkLoop. So they have things like mentorship, they have exposure, they have documentation and that sort of thing, and they do releases directly to the people that are in the Inception program, so you can leverage, NVIDIA's technology, which is cutting edge. And so the actual like a little bit more granular is it's business and marketing support. So we'll get actual one-on-one mentorship from NVIDIA experts. We'll be able to network with partners and investors and people that are interested in our technology. And if we do it correctly, which I hope we do, we'll have a chance to be featured in NVIDIA's own marketing channels, which again would be a huge boost for us. Like again, we're a startup. We're going against giants, and NVIDIA could be something that could really help us out. They also will offer personalized support. So we'll have go-to-market strategies and talk to the main people at NVIDIA that do marketing, right? So learning from the top people in the space. And actually, the most important thing is the access to our partner programs. So things like cloud integrations, hopefully some credits, that would be amazing, right? So those kind of things all add up to making WorkLoop even stronger, connecting us to the right people. And it's a huge validation, right? So NVIDIA is not a small company, right? They're one of the largest companies on the planet, and they don't just accept anybody. We had to go through a lot of like due diligence and talk to a lot of people to get to the point where they're accepting us. I did a technology demo for them. They see it's like a real thing. So it's if it's good enough for NVIDIA, right? I think we're in really good shape. And again, just we're getting started, right? So be patient with us. Again, it's like a lot of growth, and we want to make sure we reach out to everybody that's reached out to us. And I'm in it for the long term, right? It's like I think it's like really important for people to know that it's not my first time building very, very large uh, applications that reach millions of people, and so I want to make that kind of power down to the people that can use it on a uh, day-to-day like work, right? So whether it's something as like on the demo on the website, it's I'm doing something like helping me like plan a date night, right? So is that the most work related thing? No, it's AI helping you kind of like plan your day. And that's what I mean. It's like it can be used for that, but then it can also be used for very serious things. So let's say you're a small business owner, and you don't know exactly like what's going on with your finances on a day-to-day basis. You don't want to open up 50 different tabs to figure out like what's going on. So what you do is you can connect to things like Stripe, figure out how much revenue you've made on that day, and then tell AI to say, hey, also connect to like my QuickBooks. So these are my expenses, and then so like how much did I net this week? It's not a question that's easy to answer right now because you have to connect to so many different spaces. So the point is that WorkLoop serves to combine it all together. So you have like one source of truth that you can just go and connect to everything else. And you have one place to work instead of like all over the place. So it's going to continue to evolve. Again, we're going to have a lot of product announcements in the future. And the idea there is we're going to continue to work with that same goal of like making it easier connect to the rest of the applications you use on a day-to-day basis to make your life easier. And so just based on that, I just wanted to let everyone know that we're just really excited, have an incredible team of people. It has a really big promise, but I think we have the technology and the people working on this that are going to get us to that point. And again, just wanted to thank everyone. It's going to be a little bit short one, but I just wanted to just go out there and let you guys know that I will be streaming quite a bit, giving constant updates so that people see that this is like real, right? It's like people will be able to connect with us on Discord, on obviously on live, and on LinkedIn, so that they know that we're out there in the marketplace and we're working on a really good product.
Yeah, and I think what's important, what you just explained with the integration of what WorkLoop is going to be able of achieving, is for businesses who still remain the main target. I think for these type of economies of scale is that if businesses do leverage this for different positions within a company, that can really scale up quickly to 6 to 7 figures savings for these people, right? And so so I think that's definitely something important to keep in mind, as well as that remains the main target for ourselves as retail individuals, right? As we like to say, WorkLoop passes the grandma test, so anyone can go on it and use it, which is perfect.
Exactly.
Awesome. I don't know if you wanted to touch on more topics. I think there's the topic that people have been asking a few questions in Discord regarding the circulating supply and whatnot. That's something that I'd like to tackle quickly right now on the broadcast. So we are working with with team members who are on the ball regarding all of these updates. So within the next 24 to 36 hours, everything should be up to date on Dex Screener, Dex Tools, and any other platform regarding circulating supply, and everything regarding the tokenomics aspects that we have in the documentation will be represented on chain as well. So that is for the distribution of the supply within specific wallets and whatnot. So all of that will be tackled, and people can check on chain that it matches the documentation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to be specific, again, on Discord is where we'll get into all like more details, like our Twitter Spaces, and LinkedIn will be a little bit more kind of like business focused. So join us again, like on Discord. It's on all our handles. Like, please check it out on the website. We'd love to have everyone just asking questions. I see some folks have joined us, and we're just very excited about just a group of people that are trying to do something awesome. And I think the more people that we have, the better.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good question that I know you love to answer
Mm-hmm.
from the Discord. So
Mm-hmm.
Corbin is asking, could you ask why they decided to incorporate crypto rather than just an IPO slash probably
Yeah,
VC funding?
yeah. And so I think it's like super important, right? So the way I see it is the model of venture capital is kind of like broken, right? It's not really made for this type of project, because it's like very cutting edge technology that most VCs don't really kind of understand, to be fair. And if they do understand, they want like a huge chunk of your company to even get it off the ground, because they function in a portfolio model, meaning they have a dozen or 2 dozen people a month that they fund, and only like one out of like every like 20 companies even makes enough to break even. And then of course you have big companies like Uber and Airbnb that makes the whole portfolio just like go way up. We don't want to just be like another thing that people just reach out to and just be part of a portfolio. It's like we want to be independent. We want to work with our own community, and being able to raise through a large group of people. I think that's the best way to do it, because it kind of helps everyone get motivated by it. Again, in the future we will have some announcements that will benefit the people that are holders, but I think it's the best way to do it. And right now, with the way AI is moving fast, and the way that the VCs aren't really kind of up on it that much, you again, these are well-known names and everyone knows who they are. they're not as kind of plugged in as you think. Most VCs aren't engineers, so they don't actually understand technology like that well. And so I wanted to do this independently. I wanted to do this with a huge group of people supporting the project, and I want to deliver. Like I want to get big companies are that see like WorkLoop as like this is a daily thing that they use, right? So that's really kind of our goal, and doing it through that funding method, I think it's a perfect way to do it because we don't need that much to actually get going, right? So um, I want to reach escape velocity and make this very profitable, knowing that it's all based on like a group of people that came together and felt the same way. So um, I think that's it's a little bit kind of long winded, but that's how I feel. You know what I mean? It's like I'll yap all day about that, and I think it's a very specific way to do it. You guys have seen the results so far. I think the group of people that we have working on the marketing and kind of like getting the word out there, and actually the way that we're doing it, um, you're going to see results. And like I said, I'm here. I'm fully doxxed. I'm like a regular person, and I want to continue to deliver like a ton of value. I have done this before for people, for massive companies, and have built products that they depend on for like a huge percentage of their profit. So I know how to do this, but I'd rather do it, with us and for our own company, right? So that's the real goal here.
Yeah, and I think something also not to not to forget is there's a whole angle that is kind of unknown to Web3, that it's kind of like the superpower that we have, thanks to your connection, is the exposure that we have with LinkedIn, right? And the fact that you have such a broad network, and it's just not of random people on LinkedIn, it's actually high caliber individuals. Some of these guys have already reached out to you on LinkedIn after you've posted a few things, done with WorkLoop. And I think that's also important to realize, is that we launched a token that's bound, and it's product driven. So WorkLoop is functional. It's been functional for a month before the token was even an idea. um, and I think it's also very important for people to realize that yes, there is a Web3 audience. Obviously, if you go to market with a token, that's the main audience. But the audience that you're also that we have in mind of tapping into is mainly Web2 based, right? So that's why we want to have a certain appeal to these guys as well, not scare them off with crypto. So also regarding the token itself, we do have a few, we had a few questions regarding, okay, but what's in it for me in terms of, okay, what do I have, why should I hold a token, why should I buy the token, what's in it for me? And we have a couple of layers bound to the token, and I think the number one is really using the token as a growth acquisition mechanism, right? So in terms of incentives, in terms of focusing on affiliates and referrals, which are mechanisms we'll go in depth, starting from our next AMA on Discord, where we can really go in depth and explain to everyone how exactly it plays into the ecosystem. And as as a product driven, product first company, it's also important for people to understand that we want to put a very direct relationship between the success of the business and the value accrual of the token. Now, the specifics to that, it's something that, thanks to the strategic table that we have, we actually, pondering a few options to make sure that we have the most balanced solution and the most efficient one, and also the most sustainable. But that's definitely something that for us is important. Is the product will drive, the bulk of the traction, and the token comes in as that asset that can really bootstrap and empower everything else from WorkLoop itself. So I don't know if you wanted to add something to that, but I think that that sums up, the status right now of, regarding the token itself, the positioning of the token, and why it's important that WorkLoop has this token to function.
No, I think you said it like perfectly. Again, it's a core part of what we're doing. It's like it's not something that's like bolted on. I have done some work in the crypto space previously, and I understand kind of this is like it's like the perfect method to grow a startup, and it hasn't really been tapped before because again there's like such a huge division. But for me, I see it all in the same space. I see it as like, look, it's technology, right? It's like like blockchain is a technology, AI is technology, bringing them together, it makes sense, right? It's like peanut butter and jelly, like it should go together. And the fact that they're separated, it's like a little strange to me. Um, but we're bringing it back, right? And I think a lot of people, once they see kind of like the customers that we're getting and the growth of the company, we're going to get a lot of a lot of people will be interested. Let's just put it just to put it mildly. And I think there's a lot of people that are waiting that were waiting to see how the launch went, and it went well. So I think we're going to continue to deliver value. Like, again, I'm not going anywhere. Like, this is like a long-term play. This isn't like a hey cool and then that's it. Like, we're here. I'm showing my face. Like, it's like I'm here all the time. And I'm the real Frank, not the other guy. So uh, and I think it's super important for people to understand that, like, we're here for the token holders, we're here for the enterprise customers. So,
Yeah,
and I barely
absolutely.
got sleep, right? So it's like, look at this guy. So it's like we're working hard for you guys, like, actually. So it's gonna be a really good ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I think these are the perfect words. I think for closing off. I think this first broadcast. I quickly checked in the Discord and in the chat if we had any more questions. So far, no. So I'd like to invite everyone to please join the Discord and make sure that by tonight you pay attention to the announcements. We'll be sharing a form. If you're interested in hopping on the next AMA that will take place this Friday, we'll share the time, but it should be around 4 p.m. UTC, so an hour and a half earlier than right now. And yeah, everyone is welcome to ask any question. It will be a bit more intimate. People can raise their hands and ask questions away live, or they can just submit them through the form. It's up to you guys. So super excited for the journey ahead of us. And once again, thank you everyone for the support that you've been showing us. It really means a lot, and we're super excited with what's ahead.
Awesome. And then on that note, again, please visit us, workloopai.com. Um, Join our Discord, follow us on X. We're here and we're here for you. So, again, thank you guys so much. And that is all.